So last night I went to see Jojo Rabbit, the latest film by Taika Waititi.
That's fun to say.
Taika is one of my favourite active filmmakers, and recently I watched a TED Talk he did in Doha, which I'd highly recommend to go watch after you've watched all the videos on my channel. I found the TED Talk really inspiring, but it was also quite reassuring to know that other creatives also act pretty weird. A lot of the themes that Taika talked about in the TED Talk are themes that come up in his movies. One story he shares is when he was younger, he used to draw Hitler tashes on absolutely everything. I don't think it was limited to just people. I think it was inanimate objects weren't safe either.
And then I started trying to doing that with things, and
then he evolved to swastikas, but he didn't want people to think he was a weird kid that drew swastikas on everything. So he hid his swastikas in windows. Then he got paranoid that people would be like, hey, why is Taika drawing so many windows? So he'd draw buildings with hundreds of windows to disguise the swastikas.
so just like windows and houses all over my books and stuff, because I thought, oh, someone's going to find out about the windows, and so I had to disguise all the windows as houses. And it just became an obsession, and I just couldn't stop.
The buildings would be disguising the windows, which would be disguising the swastikas. It kind of sounds like he had what Seth had in Superbad, but he was drawing swastikas. What's worse? Jojo Rabbit is about a 10-year-old boy in the Hitler Youth. He loves Nazis, Nazi Germany and Hitler, but he's not very good at being a Nazi. He also has an imaginary friend, and you guessed it, it's Adolf Hitler, played by Taika Waititi.
Star in it, write the theme tune, sing the theme tune.
The movie deals with the child's understanding of the war, fascist propaganda, a love story or two, and childhood innocence in not so innocent times. The main cast is played by children, and they're absolutely phenomenal for child actors. There's also a Hollywood A-lister or two thrown in for a good measure in Scarlett Johansson and Sam Rockwell, and they're absolutely perfect in their roles. And there's even a pretty good cameo from Stephen Merchant. It's laugh out loud funny at times, and at a few points Kitty cried. So if you have the opportunity, I'd highly recommend to go see Jojo Rabbit by Taika Waititi. Nationwide. I don't know if it is, but it came to Portlaoise, so I definitely think you'll be able to see it somewhere near you. So if you enjoyed this video, as always, please give it a like, comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. And as always, thanks for coming. This one's gonna be really good, because I did it like perfect so many times after so much practice. But I didn't have the microphone plugged in to the camera, so it's gonna sound rubbish. I'm gonna have to do it all again.